Yeah, hello everybody. So are we connected and live? Oh, that's great. So welcome to all the participants in this EURO-EMOTUR project. Welcome to all the participants in this EURO-EMOTUR Hub. So actually, as you know, this hub is integrated by 100 SMEs from 6 different countries. We also have 3 labs. We have CISET in Italy, in Veneto. We have Haga Helia in Finland, and we have University of Las Palmas in Canary Islands, Spain. So we also have more than 50 service providers. So I think that's amazing. We have actually reached a point where we have generated a community that can be very helpful in order to actually go together through the digital transition pathway. So in this hub, what we have is the opportunity to get some peer-to-peer learning, what is something that I think it's very interesting since you can learn from other SMEs and of course from your service providers. We have some training content that will be available in this hub sometimes it's going to be just a short pill, like a 3 minutes, very basic information about some of the new techniques or methodologies. And sometimes it's going to be a longer webinar, like 25 or 30 minutes approximately extension. Uh, you will get some coaching and support from our side and from the EURO-EMOTUR consortium that, as you know, it's formed by those 3 labs plus Turismo Gran Canaria, Nextur, and ETOA, who is actually hosting this online webinar. In this hub, you will also have the opportunity to get some KPI, some information that can help your SME, but also the hub in general, in a way that you can compare how you're doing, what's your performance is, and also learn from others. In that way, best practices will be available as well, and that's also very helpful to see how others have been succeeding in applying these new methodologies and new marketing techniques and so on. And at the very end, you will also get some awards. You will see some SMEs that get some recognition for their performance. So this is in general a little bit what the hub is about. We've been together from the very beginning doing a very interesting diagnosis by Gisette, and Federico will be coming over that later on a little bit. We will be doing some analysis related to content analysis to your website, and for instance, in the Canary Islands, and Valeria have been performing that. We've been doing some analysis, applying eye tracking to your Instagram accounts, and for instance, Hagaheli have been conducting that interesting analysis. So all in all, what we get is a lot of information and a general diagnosis that can be very helpful. After that, we will accompany you in developing the action plan, and eventually uh, with the financial support to third parties. In other words, how to invest that financial support to get the most out of it. So that's the general idea. So in the next coming 9 months, we will be getting in touch more often. We will keep growing together through this digital transition. You will be learning more about neuromarketing and neuroscience and how it can help to improve your performance and in general the entire app. So that's the idea, and that's why we are pushing with this project to apply the neuromarketing techniques. And the reason why is because we believe that that can be helpful for your SME, and that can be very, very helpful for the entire hub. That's why we put together more than 50 service providers with 100 SMEs, and at the very end, with the support of those 3 labs, we believe that we can actually enhance the general performance of the tourism industry with this initial push to help you all to keep growing. So that's the general idea. And as you know, my name is Sergio Moreno from the University of Las Palmas, and from the EURO-EMOTUR project. Again, we want to give you a warm welcome to this hub. And now we are having also a very short introduction from our colleagues from Hagahelia that will be actually providing a brief overview also with that northern perspective. And after Christian from Hagahelia, also Federica from GZ will be having a short presentation related to not only her institution in Veneto, but also about the maturity and readiness analysis and all the interesting work that we've been developing so far. So as you remember, we have 3 main clusters. Again, Canary Islands, Finland, and Veneto in Italy, but all in all 6 countries. And the idea is to keep growing and to keep upscaling this project to other countries. So once I have done this brief introduction, I will give the floor to our colleague Christian from Hagahelia from Finland. And thank you very much for attending this webinar to all the participants. So thank you, Christian. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Sergio, and warm welcome on my behalf as well for the EURO-EMOTUR Hub Launch. As Sergio said, coming from Finland, coming from Hagahelia University of Applied Sciences in Helsinki, Finland, which is a proud member of EURO-EMOTUR Consortium. And in today's short introduction, I think I want to highlight a couple of things that I see really important in this hub and the overall cooperation. And maybe it is because coming from Finland, and we again have been selected the happiest country in the world, that I really believe in communication, interaction, and the interaction between human beings. And I see this hub is one element in how we can have contacts and do those benefits that Sergio mentioned, sharing our experiences, sharing our learnings, sharing our questions, and finding the solutions together. For being part of this EURO-EMOTUR, where we have Canary Islands and Veneto, the world famous, I could say, iconic tourist destinations, and then coming from Finland, Northern Dimension, where we have friends from Lithuania companies as well, not that known yet, but still I think we have our knowledge to share and also learn it together, which I think is really, really important in here, to be active in different activities we have here. We have learnings, we have webinars, we have chances to ask questions, and on top of the high-level research and analysis what we have done, it is for us together with the service providers and the hubs and the companies to find solutions and improve the digitalization in our industry. My university is the largest university in Finland concerning tourist management, and we've been really actively finding innovative solutions for the companies, large and small, and we're happy to share our knowledge in neuromarketing, in augmented reality, and different technology fields. But I still think that it's even more important that we are all active in asking questions and participating in different platforms, which this EURO-EMOTUR Hub is one of the important ones. But happy to have you here today, happy to have you participating in different actions. And now moving on to Federica and tell something about where we are in the world of digitalization and maturity in digitalization in tourist industry. But thank you for participating and happy to see you again later.
Yes, thank you, Christian, and a warm welcome from Italy too to the launch of the EURO-EMOTUR Digital Hub. As you know, we already finished a comprehensive analysis of digital maturity and readiness to uptake and implement innovation of all the SMEs that were selected to be part of the EURO-EMOTUR project. Some of them already started the process of being introduced with their own results. We produced one report for each of the SMEs included. Generally speaking, so the results of this analysis show us there are three main obstacles for the SMEs on the way to really exploit digital tools and innovation. And the first one of these obstacles is internal knowledge. As very often, all the knowledge about digital tools, about what is the next development, the new technology, and how they can be exploited are outsourced. Sometimes there is someone within the business knowing something, but not always with such a developed expertise. Taking from my recent experience, for example, on artificial intelligence, the majority of tourist SMEs heard there is this tool that it might be helpful somehow for their own business, but don't really know how it works, in which way it can help them, and how they can choose how to use it. And so this is just an example of how difficult it might get to get some knowledge about this kind of tools and to have it within your own business. Connected to that is the second obstacle, which is difficult relationships sometimes with the digital providers. And this is also connected to knowledge because the relationships tend to be mainly focused on maintaining what's already there and not so much on developing new tools. You can clearly see that to be better clients for these digital providers, the businesses might need to know something more, not obviously be specialists about this, but know something more about the tools and the new possibilities these tools are offering them. And the third obstacle is the external network. Only there are a few links with research centers and all digital in the digital industry, all in all, but often the businesses have few links also with other businesses. And when there is a network, usually it's not used to get to know about innovation, to ask for reviews about some tools or something like that, mainly for purchasing or other kind of activities, but not to uptake innovation in a way. So I think that the Digital Hub we thought to develop within this project is going to be a great chance for addressing all these kind of needs and for all the businesses then to try to overcome these obstacles, because not only it offers trainings, but starting from tomorrow also matchmaking events, so they can kind of strengthen both the networks with all the businesses and with digital providers. So I invite everyone to get the best out of this according to what their needs.
Thank you, Federica. Once we have the presentation from all the different clusters from TZ, Hagahelia, and Canary Islands, and before starting to explain the matchmaking event in the coming days, first we have Valeria with us, who is going to explain in brief what is the hub about in a practical way, showing us the platform and all the information and all the tips that you can actually use in order to navigate through this hub and get the most out of it. So again, Valeria, thank you for being here, and the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Sergio. So my name is Valeria. I'm a project assistant on EURO-EMOTUR, and today I'm gonna present basically the functionalities of the hub. So to begin with, today you will receive an email from us regarding the instructions to access the digital hub. The first thing is that you will receive a link, and that link will lead you to this screen. Here you have to put the same email address in which you received the first email. Once you have done that, please just click on get new password, and then you have to wait 1 or 2 minutes, and you will receive the Digital Hub EURO-EMOTUR email. With this email, you can reset your password. It's a normal, really common process. Then you will open this email, and please click on this link that will allow you to get a new password. Choose any password you want. Please click on the save password, and then you are ready to log in on the hub. That is the most magic thing, most important thing. So when you have the password, the new password, please go to the login, use the credentials that you chose, and log in. So once you are logged in, please, you can go to the private area. This is so important because on this hub, you will see all the participants. So the information that you are publishing there will be available for all the other participants. So in my profile, please, you have the option to share a photo if you want. Also, you can change the sector, and you can write the text for the presentation. You can put also a presentation and video link, or you can share also your web link. On your private area, you will see all the participants. So if you want to search a specific participant, please use our filters in our search engine. In this case, we have companies, that is SMEs, laboratories, that is Hagahelia, ULPGC, and SHISET, and the suppliers, that is the same that as service providers. You can also search by countries or by sectors. When you have already found any participant that is of your interest, you can contact directly with this participant. To the same, just please click on send private message, and then it's as easy as writing a message on the platform. In this case, the service provider or any other participant will receive an email notifying that they got a message on this platform. And that's the important thing with this hub, that these 2 days or these 3 days, you will have the opportunity to matchmake, but you can contact with any participant anytime you want using our digital hub. Um, that's the end of the private area. Then we have the public area. Again, you will see the participant, and you can use also the filters if you would like to. We have created some training pills. This section will grow because we are recording more pills that will be related to topics with neuromarketing, artificial intelligence, and so on. So in these training pills, you will see more videos. So far we have two, one related to the EEG, that is a neuromarketing technique, and one presenting the hub. We have also the webinar section. In this case, as I mentioned, this section will grow. We are recording them right now. So far, you have this webinar related to the customer-centric experience, and you have two more videos, one from Hagahelia and one from EURO-EMOTUR. Another important section is the best practices section. This will grow as well. So far, we have the best practice related to neuromarketing, gastronomy, and consumer behavior. This is from a Canarian company, indeed, AMFM. It's a vending company, and it is about how they apply neuromarketing techniques to improve. So in this section, you will find the best practices that are being carried out by the SMEs thanks to EURO-EMOTUR funds and thanks to EURO-EMOTUR project, but also general best practices related to neuromarketing. Another section is the KPI section. Here you have some KPIs that we have found so far. These are the process KPIs, but you will see at the end of the project also another KPIs related to the results more than the process. So far, as mentioned by Sergio, we have 100 SMEs, more than 50 service providers. Hagahelia and she said have been working on the Instagram and on the website eye tracking analysis. They have almost 40 joined. From our side, we have almost 100 content analysis and so on. So this is the KPI section that will grow as well. The last section that I'm gonna present is the acknowledgement section. In this section, we will recognize publicly the best the best improvements that the SMEs have carried out in the frame of our project. So that is the end of my presentation. Any question or any comment you have, please feel free to ask.
So that's great. So thank you very much, Valeria, for this presentation through our EURO-EMOTUR Hub, where remember all the stakeholders, I mean, the 100 SMEs, more than 50 service providers, plus the 3 labs are all together in this hub. So now I think it's critical, your contribution, because you're actually the main agent in this hub. So please add your information, log in and provide all the information from your institution, because the more accurate the information is, the best the matchmaking is going to be. So basically, in order to matchmake with service providers, or the other way around, if you're a service provider, to matchmake with the right SMEs, please provide all your information, who you are, what do you do, what do you need, or what do you offer. So you will get the chance to get in touch with other peers, to support them, to learn from them, and at the very end to keep growing. So that's the idea, and that's why we wanted to present this hub with all the functionalities. Remember, it's about training, so you will get every 2 weeks new content that will be uploaded regarding neuromarketing techniques and new methodologies that you can apply. You will get also new best practices to learn from other companies. And at the very end, it's just very useful information that can help you to keep growing and applying your knowledge and applying new improvements in your performance. So once again, we have been conducting a very intensive and demanding diagnosis and analysis from our side. And now things is your turn to actually to apply improvements. That's why you get the financial support, but you also get the opportunity to get in touch with a very interesting community. Please take the advantage of this opportunity to keep growing and to keep actually improving in your performance. So thank you very much for this, for participate and for your active contribution in this hub. And we also thought that to start with, it was very, very important to have a matchmaking event. So it's not only that through the platform, you can connect anytime with service providers or SMEs, depending what profile you belong to. But starting from the very beginning, we thought that it was very important to have at least a couple of days to matchmake, to provide you the opportunity to get in touch with your peers and with other companies. So you can, from the very beginning, start to get to know who can be the best partner for you or the best partners to be part of your team and to actually invest the financial support to third parties, and also to invest obviously your own budget in the future. So to explain how the matchmaking event is going to work and all the functionalities related to the platform, what the main goals are there and so on. So Aram from ETOA, who is hosting actually this seminar, and it's going to host and manage the matchmaking event through the platform, will be now presenting that. So again, a warm welcome from in the name of the consortium from EURO-EMOTUR. And either if you are alive today, we thank you for being here, or if you're watching this at any other time. And remember, we are fully available for all your questions and for helping you in the future to implement any of your improvements. So thanks again. And please, Aram, the floor is yours.
Sorry, Sergio, if I can. It was a
Oh,
hand raised by the audience, by Catherine de Freitas. I
sure.
think we could have a question here in between before Aaron.
I
Sure.
am not sure if we have the question, but we can definitely catch up with her shortly. I think the discussion forum is open if required. So thank you, Sergio. Catherine, if we've got the question, we can definitely do that. Maybe you would like to email that or send it via the live support in the right-hand top corner of the main page. So we'll be using, as you already are, Events Air to host this event today. I think, as Sergio outlined, this is one of the more short-term matchmaking event as part of the longer-term functionality and interactivity of the hub itself. So just over the next few days, we'll have the option to match up some of the beneficiary SMEs that are participating in this program, as well as some of the suppliers that have come through. So very shortly, my colleague will be sending out an invitation, I'm afraid, to just another portal, which will be the meeting diary planner. So on here, you will have a brief introduction, either as an SME or service provider. it will show the diary of available slots. So what I recommend to you is that if you are unavailable or have important meetings over the next few days, go in immediately and block any times that you don't want to use. We'll be using Central European summertime for this, but you can see on here, you can select your browser time. So the best thing to do is the browser time, and then that will localize that to where you are now. As I said, just make sure you go through and block any times that you won't be available, because from this afternoon, people will start be booking meetings in with you. So you can book those if you want to book in your meetings directly from this agenda, or if you want to start having a look at who is on this portal, you can use a few of these filters to see the full list. So on here, I'm here as a SME beneficiary. Listed are the suppliers, the service providers on here. So you'll be able to click the little information and see a brief profile of the services that they provide. If you like what you're looking for, you can hit request a meeting, and then you can arrange a time for that to be booked in. So you can book those meetings in, and then they will appear back where you are now on your agenda. So back on the agenda from Tuesday and Wednesday. So on the same place as you are today, just below where it says the introductory session will be your confirmed meetings. But you can use this portal throughout the next few days. I think just last thing on Friday, we had a number of service providers come in. So we may be adding them this afternoon in order that they get on there. So as I said, underneath the launch, where we are literally right now, once you have confirmed meetings, they'll be listed here. And then much like this session, you can click to join, and they will be video calls one-to-one. Just be attentive that if you've got a scheduled meeting, please make sure to turn up. You can have the usual elements in there where you can send messages or chat and connect with your counterparts. As this is the Hub launch, you'll see at the very top of this page, you'll always have access to the Hub itself. So that will take you to where you can add your credentials. But as Valeria said, watch out for your contact details to join there. For any ad hoc meetings that you would like to participate in, you can actually go to the Meetings Hub. This is for individual one-to-one connections, and that means you'll be able to take away the contact details of everybody on there. So from here, you'll be able to see both the service providers and your SMEs as well. So there's nothing stopping you in here from going in and connecting to everybody on here. I've got somebody who's requested me on here, which I didn't see over the weekend. So I will go and accept. And now that I'll have all of these functions in order to book a meeting, call them right away, and that will pop up on there. So it's relatively straightforward. But as I said, keep an eye out for your access to the meeting diary. You'll get that meeting in there. Book up some meetings or block your times. We're not forcing you to spend 2 days with us. Obviously, we know your time is precious, but it would be great if you could have some interaction with some of the service providers and or SMEs as we go forward. And then book those up. And the portal itself with the Meeting Hub will actually be open until the end of next week. So obviously, we're focusing the meeting slots Tuesday and Wednesday this week, but it's open to do the ad hoc ones later on. So that's me. I can see the questions in now, so I don't know whether I'll add Sergio and Valeria back in, or maybe everybody on here back into the conversation, and we can seek to answer the questions if you have them. Okay, I'll bring back everybody onto the platform now. Sorry to surprise you that I was going to do that. So I will do the question. We have from Martina. Is it that correct that our chosen provider can be a consultant in digitization rather than the developer? Additional question, can we select more than one service provider? So Sergio, I think it's probably best if you help us along the way with these questions.
Yeah, thank you very much for this question. I think it's very pertinent, Martina. So the answer is very straightforward. So yes, you can select more than one provider. That's the general idea. So you can have 2, 3, doesn't matter. It really matters the entire amount. Remember, it's up to 10,000, but first it has to be approved. Let's say who are the partners you're going to work with and the final amount that you can invest. All right. And then can it be a developer or can it be a consultant? Well, first they have to be registered and accepted into the hub as a service provider. Remember, the call is still open. That was also the idea. It's still open until the end of April. So no matter what, they have to apply through the website as a service providers. Once we approve them, then you can select them. So you can select any service provider as far as they have been applying and accepted from our site. So if they get the green light, of course, you can choose them and work with them. Can you work with more than one? Yes. Remember, at the very end, up to 10,000 euros, that's the maximum. But first, we have to approve your action plan. So, and at the end, you will be able to invest that money with 1 or 2 or 3 service providers. So I think that's the answer to your question. And if that's clear, we can jump to the next one. Yeah.
So I'm going to skip one and go back to Catherine in a second. This is from Laura or Laura. They've already found their provider and they've already joined the hub. Do we have to request meetings using the platform or can we just organize a meeting privately? So this is just a useful platform in the next few days for you to meet as many people as you like. Obviously, we're trying to open up a free market here. So it's great that you already have a conversation going with a service provider. But if you'd like, obviously, you can have a conversation with other people just in case there's an option in there. As Sergio said, you're not bound to one. You can use multiple ones. So there may be people in there in the mix that can assist. Going back to Catherine's question, Sergio mentioned we will be receiving emails every 2 weeks for meetings or training. Can other members of the team be added to these sessions?
Yeah, we will be uploading content every 2 weeks. It's not that we do not want to, overwhelm you with many emails. So we're not sending you emails every 2 weeks. So, but we will be uploading new content into the platform. Then we have the newsletter that is every 3 months. But of course, any staff from your organization can join the webinars live and can watch them because they're going to be recorded at any time. So please invite as many staff from your organization as you wish. And we will be just sending you information about the live events. So each time we have an update, but we will try to minimize the emails and just provide the most useful and pertinent information when needed, so you don't get fed up with our updates every single time. But yeah, the answer is totally yes. Please invite all your staff to attend our webinars and to watch our training content. Please do so.
Super. There's a question I don't particularly understand from Catherine about, is the app also in the Apple Store? I'm not sure what that refers to. I don't know if, Sergio, that makes sense to you.
The app, it's on this website. It's not actually an app. So in order to get access to this community, this hub, you have to use your browser. It doesn't matter which one, and get into the website. So it's not an app. So obviously it's not available in in the Apple Store or any other I mean, not iOS, not Android, because it's only available through your browser. Okay.
Super. Thank you very much. I've just shared the link to where service providers can continue to apply. So we have some questions here about people they already know, and that's great. But they just have to go through a vetting process quickly. So if you have a local partner, send them that link, and then we can get them listed as well, because yes, you might be interested in working with them, but then they might have some other conversations with some of the other beneficiary SMEs as well. We have a question for Elenia, sorry. It's about, we've been told to make appointments with the providers today. We believe it would be better to navigate the platform and take the necessary time to evaluate the providers involved. Then we prefer to contact the providers in the next few weeks. Can we access the platform at any time? So just to make it very clear, in the next 2 days, we're using the live event platform, and that's really just to get the conversation going. As Sergio said, we've only got 9 months now to get this project turned around. So we want to get the conversation started as soon as possible. As I said, you can have online meetings using our platform until the 30th, but all of the service providers will be listed on the hub. So they're not disappearing. You're not missing your chance. Obviously, we understand, again, as I said, we're a little bit pressed. People are busy, so it may be too much to ask to have meetings today, tomorrow and Wednesday, but this is just an introductory offer that we're providing to get the thing going. Of course, the service providers will be available on the hub as we go through, so don't panic. And I think a few more questions. If we chose a local service provider, do they need to report to you? I think, Sergio, again, that's quite an important one to provide as much clarification as possible.
So remember, they have to apply as a service provider through the website. Aaron just posted the link in the chat section. So they have to apply before the end of this month, before April. So if you want to work with any service provider, please encourage them to apply, because if they do not apply before the end of April, then they will not be able to join the hub, because we have to keep going with the project, and the community will be working with the service providers that are already approved, and that will be by the end of April. So yes, invite the service provider to apply. It doesn't matter if it's a local provider, as far as it is eligible, that service provider, we will approve it, and then you can work with that service provider without any problems. So that's the idea.
Super.
And again, well, I don't know if we have more questions.
Yeah, there's just one from Alba. Before choosing the provider, will the SMEs receive your feedback in order to know what needs to be improved? Obviously, we've got various types of service provider being offered, and yet people might not know yet what we're going to be focusing on with regards to their own developments. So that's quite an interesting question.
That's also very pertinent. I think each cluster is now presenting, let's say, their results. I think in Veneto, they've been already having those meetings. In the Canary Islands, we are starting to have those meetings to present the results and the diagnosis next week. So you will have first a diagnosis with all the results related to your digital content, related to your Instagram account, and any other useful information. With that information on your site, you can write actually an action plan. That is, that you will be sharing with us what your ideas are to improve your performance, something related to your website, something related to your social accounts, something related to your digital content, and so on and so forth. Then we will approve that action plan, right? So whatever you want to do, and we share that, and we say, okay, that's eligible, that makes sense, that is related to our project, go for it, green light. So once the action plan is approved, and in that action plan, you can also identify potential service providers. It doesn't have to be closed, that or I already have a service provider. Maybe it's just I want to improve that issue in particular. I don't know who is going to be the service provider yet, right? But I know already what I want to do. Okay, we approve that, and then you can actually find a service provider in our pool. You can do that before as well, sure. But if you haven't done it at that stage, you can find the right service provider, and then you will be investing the funding from this project with that service provider, and you will pay the service provider, and then we will refund you as an SME that amount. But let me explain that in the coming weeks, we will be sharing with you information related to the financial part. That's not the topic today, because we want to go, step by step. So first things first. But in the coming weeks, you will get information about how to actually manage the financial support. And in June, July, we will have again a get-together with all the stakeholders, again, the service providers, the SMEs, and you will have the opportunity to present, if you're an SME, your needs, and also to present your experience. And the same applies to the service providers. They will have the opportunity to present their services and how can they help you. So that will be approximately in June, online again, and it's again to get together event that will help us all to better understand the situation at that point. So in a couple of months, how we are doing and what do we need. But from this moment on, starting tomorrow, you will have the opportunity to meet some service providers, or the other way around, to meet some SMEs and see if you can, help each other to work together. And it doesn't have to be tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. We just wanted to speed it up, as Aaron was mentioning, starting with this matchmaking event. But then in the coming weeks, you can use the hub, the website. You can identify any service provider, any SME that is related to your project, to your action plan, and get together and have a meeting at any time. It's up to you. You don't need any approval from our side to meet at all. So please, we encourage you to have meetings, to get to know each other, to learn from the rest of the stakeholders, both service providers and SMEs. And what we are going to do with you, it's approve your final action plan. So that just to make sure that it makes sense, that it is eligible, and that actually you will be supported with the third-party financial support according to the call and according to this project. So
I
that's
think that answers the most recent question we've had about it was clarifying whether there was reporting required from the service providers. And I think from what you're saying, Sergio, that is, as long as your action plan is stuck to and that we have the right paperwork with regards to the payments, that is the limit of the reporting required from the service providers themselves. We're actually monitoring the SMEs and the developments going on there. So hopefully that clarifies that last question that came through.
That's true. Just a final remark related to the European Commission, the European agency. Remember that we need to justify the improvements, so whatever you've done. So please, if let's say it's you're going to improve your website, we need evidence, so before and after. And of course you have to keep record of all the invoices, so in case we need, or the agency, the European Commission needs to evaluate or have a look at whatever that was conducted. So please keep record of all the invoices, and keep record of and evidences that show the improvements that you have implemented and all the actions you have implemented. But again, we will be explaining that financial part in the coming weeks regarding to how to use the financial support to third parties and how to justify the improvements that you are conducting. Yeah.
Super.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you, Christian, for answering the question. This is recorded and will be available back where we are now as an on-demand video. As soon as we're done, we'll get that downloaded and available there. Catherine has another question about the deadline for the action plan. So I think that's probably specifically between each SME and their cluster leader.
Yeah, you're right. Aaron, I don't know if you, Christian, wanted to add something to this point, or?
Well, yeah, as was mentioned, that we're working in 6 countries, and we have divided in a way that us from Finland, we coordinate the SME funding for Finland, for Lithuania, and then Veneto region is coordinating Veneto, Canary Islands is coordinating the Canary Islands, but then we have divided Greece, Portugal, and Italy outside Veneto region that is divided. You will get information, but basically SMEs in Finland and Lithuania and Italy outside Veneto are having the finances via Haaga-Helia, which is one thing. And we are moving more or less in a way with all 100 we are moving, but sort of country by country level a bit in order to make the sort of process as smooth as possible. But then, and you will get more information about then, but the latest, I would say that we are semi-flexible in a way, this that we have a deadline when all the money needs to be done, which is, I guess, October. We need the final invoices. And as some companies already, when they applied for EURO-EMOTUR, they knew quite exactly what they are doing, so they are already making progress, and some are still looking for service providers as well as looking into the analysis. So there isn't exact deadline yet, but to be sort of more practical in my answer, I would say June is a perfect time to have the project plan and suggest it to us later, so that we have enough time for implementing things and so on. So we are not in a hurry yet. The only fixed deadline, which Sergio already said, is to make sure that potential service providers apply for us during April. Because then, and as we've been advising some of Finnish companies, they have 2 or 3 options for service providers which might do the job for them. So they said to both of them, please apply to EURO-EMOTUR, and once they know the results of the analysis and make the plans, then they decide which one to use. So that's my advice, and on the deadlines, Sergio being leader of the consortium might have otherwise, but sort of April deadline is really fixed, and then we have time, May, June, to progress with the project applications.
So
yes, if I may add, for Veneto, this process is already started, so we are discussing the results. On this basis. The SMEs can imagine what they might need as for budget from the provider, or we can find together a provider, and then they will have their action plan ready. So it's ongoing according to the timing where we are presenting the results of the digital maturity and readiness and of the neuromarketing analysis on their websites.
Lovely. I think that was a very good explanation from Gisette and Haaga-Helia. And from our side, from the Canary Islands, we will be having meetings and presenting the results by May. So by May, you will get all the information from the analysis. You will have the opportunity to have a one-to-one interview with us, and considering that information, you will be developing your action plan. So all in all, that's why by June we think that again that get together will be making sense. In case you still need to force, let's say, matchmaking with other service providers and so on. So that's the idea, and from that point, from this point on, I think we are starting a very promising path.
Indeed. So I think that brings us up nearly to the hour. I thank you for everybody's question. I think we're pretty much covered. Just as a reminder, you should have received your email to log in to see and book in some meetings. Do that this afternoon. We've probably got some more service providers to come in and perhaps some more SMEs as well. Once you're back in the online portal from tomorrow morning, will be live on the live support on the top right-hand corner. So we're available if you have any technical questions on there, and we will be around throughout the next few days. Okay, as I said, the recording will be live as soon as I can get that uploaded after the session, so you can watch back all of the information that we've covered this afternoon. Okay, thank you everybody. Thank you for colleagues on the consortium. Good luck to everybody over the next few days. Bye-bye.
So bye for now then.
Bye. Bye for now. Bye.